Oh, fucking righty, guys. Would you look at that? But before we get started, though, don't call me John Vtuber. Call me Jimmy Broadcaster. God, I've been waiting all fucking week to use that one. Anyway, how y'all doing today? It's your boy, Sunstrider. We're back in a new fancy way. As you can tell, I am now a virtual avatar. Or VTuber, for short. This is the big progress that the big project I hinted at, like, last month. Oh no, don't do that. You'll fucking reveal the fact that I'm just doing this via fucking Microsoft PowerPoint. No, my super impressive, legitimate VTuber thing. No. But yeah, no, this is literally just a fucking, like, PowerPoint presentation I built in Canva real quick. So, yeah, I am gonna be yapping for a bit. Fair warning. Just to, like, lay down some groundwork and shit. But yeah, this is the big project I've been hinting at for a while. VTuber model. Now, funny thing is that obviously you could tell, if you couldn't tell by this picture here, is that, yeah, it is based off of my XCOM 2 character. The resemblance should be there. I think the artist did it pretty well at doing that. But it's kind of funny because when I first brought it up with Sip and Wraith and stuff, because I know they weren't going to fucking, like, rat it out or something or spoil it, Sip was kind of surprised that I didn't do maybe like a Blood Elf or more elven fantasy character, because, Jet Sunstrider is ripped directly from World of Warcraft based off of Kael'thas Sunstrider and all that stuff. It's a bit surprised I didn't lean more towards the World of Warcraft side of my channel origin, but I don't know, I wanted to do a little bit more of a military theme with it, so that's what I did, and that's what we're working with here now. So, obviously, it's gonna, like I said, a bit of a yapping session. We are going to be starting another XCOM 2 series in a few minutes, eventually. I do want to talk about a little bit about the channel, or not the channel, but the change, explain a little bit of my thought process behind it, and of course, to give proper credit to the artist where this all started from. Now, this is her, this is obviously a picture of her fucking Twitter profile, but that VGen link down there that you see down there is going to be the link that I put across my socials and stuff to give her proper credit going forward and stuff like that. So I am probably going to mispronounce this name in Kingdom Come, so I'm just going to call her Hannah for short, because I don't know how to pronounce that first part. It feels like I'm trying to pronounce race names from Uma Musume, so I'm not even going to bother. This is the artist that I went with, and the main reason why I went with this artist, because in their portfolio on VGen, they also have another kind of military-themed avatar VTuber project in there. And I thought that, that kind of stood out a little bit and stuff, so. And since I wanted to go down the military route with my own model, that seemed to, make sense, right? Go with somebody who has experience with drawing, armor and military weapons and things like that. Which is why I decided to go with her. And, fancy enough, I originally wasn't going to have the weapon, but because the portfolio project that I saw that made me pick this artist also had a weapon, I decided to, no, put that away. Stop that. Don't know why that was there. Fucking fuck off, Canva, but the bandana and the gun are extras. So it's like if I'm playing XCOM 2 or Helldivers or something and we're just sitting in the ship doing management things, I could, like, put the weapon away, and then when we go to launch a mission, I could gear up and walk the fuck in and stuff. Technically, the glasses and the hat are also extras that I can enable and disable when I want to. I just don't have enough fucking buttons to actually enable those. I need to get like a stream deck or something like that, so I can put all of my Twitch-related keybinds on the stream deck and keep the rest of my numpad open for like game stuff like that, especially for LSPDFR. LSPDFR has so many conflicting keybinds with my Twitch setup that I have to be really careful when I play LSPDFR so I don't accidentally like end the stream or some dumb shit like that. And so yeah, that is the artist. She was very, very professional and I liked working with her a lot. In terms of the actual review of my model, will you guys see the quality of it? The very nice high quality stuff, and she was pretty fucking accurate to my character model here, so I think she did a pretty good job, especially since this was my first time commissioning anything on this scale. I wasn't sure what to expect or anything like that, so she was able to answer all my questions in a timely manner and, you know, give me constant updates and all that fun stuff. So I will definitely be looking at her again in the future, maybe after like a month or so. Not so much to get established or anything, because I'm not expecting anything super crazy to happen from this. I'm not expecting like a random surge of popularity just because I'm a VTuber now or anything like that. But once I get settled in and used to being a VTuber and using the model and stuff like that, I will definitely be looking back at her again for potential emotes and stuff, because if you guys haven't noticed, about a month or two ago, I got rid of the 2 random custom emotes that I had because they're from a bygone era and people who I don't associate with anymore, because I don't really associate with anybody involved in 5M and DOJ specifically anymore, and that's where those emotes came from. So I decided they didn't fit what I wanted and all that stuff. Also, hello Nightmare, how you doing tonight, fam? And all that stuff. Look I can put the gun away and do fancy stuff. The only thing I can't take away right now is the glasses and the hat, because as I just said, I don't have enough fucking key bindings for that. You know, it's just, but I wanted a kitten cam. Unfortunately, the cats don't fucking hang out down here long enough for me to justify that. But yeah, so this is the artist. She will be plastered around some of my I got a link to this VGen account here or her VGen account will be plastered around my social medias. Fiddling around with other stuff on the side. Okay, I just didn't know how much you saw or not, so. But yeah, I was a little bit hesitant because I know not a lot of people are really into the anime VTuber fake avatar stuff. I mean, I remember Ethan saying something about it when I first teased it and stuff, so I was a little bit hesitant, but hopefully this doesn't drive a lot of people away from my channel. But speaking of, you know, why VTubing? I don't look very good. That's part of the reason why I'm uncomfortable with face cam. But the other reason why I'm uncomfortable with face cam, you guys remember like about a year or 2 years and a half ago, somewhere between a year and a half and 2 years ago, I did my first and only face cam stream. Because again, I was during my 5M addiction, and people who I no longer associate with kind of peer pressured me into doing that stream, and I did it. Was not comfortable with how it turned out, to the point where I actually deleted the Rimworld part of that VOD. Just deleted it off of my channel, and I even went as far as to edit the clip compilation from that month and edit all of that shit out too. I think the only surviving part of that live stream was the EDF part, because I was just hanging out with Wraith and Sif, so it's not that big of a deal. But everything else, like the 5M part and the Rimworld part of that live stream VOD and clip compilation, I just completely removed. I just completely got rid of it. Yeah, it was 5M, RimWorld and EDF that were part of that one and only Facecam stream. And ever since that live stream, I considered Vtubing and stuff. It was just a matter of actually commissioning somebody to draw and rig it for me, because I don't know how to fucking draw, and I don't know how to fucking, like, how the VTuber models work or anything. When I got the commission completed, Hannah just gave me a zip file or whatever containing everything I needed to do, everything I needed, and then I just looked up a guide on YouTube on where to put everything, and that's how that worked. And then I also recorded about 4 episodes of LSPDFR, like pre-recorded LSPDFR episodes to test the model and stuff, so those will be coming out eventually. I just did LSPDFR because I know there wasn't a risk of accidentally uploading those episodes early because of the backlog, so that's why I chose LSPDFR for that. But yeah, just like figuring out how it works and just the bare minimum of how everything is set up, just so I wasn't like bum fucking around too much in my debut stream, because like a little bit of scuff here and there is fine, but I didn't want to have to completely learn VTube Studio from the ground up just to like during my debut stream. That doesn't really seem like a good way to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much why I decided to win with VTubing instead of Facecam or anything else like that. So pretty straightforward there. And of course, you know, what does this mean for the channel? It really not much, I'm gonna be honest with you, fam. I have no plans to change my content that drastically compared to what I do now. The only difference is that you'll have this avatar bumbling around like a fish out of water in the corner of the screen. Because obviously I'm not going to keep it this big during actual gameplay. This is just for the debut stream and stuff, so I can like show it off like and shit. Oh, hang on. Oop. I have to do that in VTube Studio, right? Like, see, like, woo! It'll be a lot shorter during actual gameplay. Like once we start XCOM 2, it's not going to be this big because I obviously don't want to take away from the game that I'm playing. So yeah, nothing much is going to change. I'll still be playing the same games. I'll still be doing LSPDFR, XCOM 2. I plan to start a Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough at some point, which I talked about in the last live stream during the Precinct. And I'll still be hanging out with Sif, Wraith, Ethan, Lines, and all those peoples and all that fun stuff. I'm literally the only change is going to be this avatar in the corner of the screen instead of a face cam. That's what she said. God fucking damn it, man. God fucking damn it, man. I mean, I should fucking expect it at this point, but still, come on, man. So yeah, the only way I could really see my channel drastically changing is for some reason I joined a VTubing agency, and I don't really plan on doing that anytime soon. And for those of you who are unaware, VTubing agencies, they function kind of like how Machinima used to do. If you guys remember in like fucking 2012, during like the golden years of YouTube or whatever, everybody and their mom wanted a Machinima contract. Because you got access to Machinima's networking agency and video editors and all that shit in exchange for, you know, making content on behalf of Machinima and having Machinima merch and propaganda plastered all over your channel. But the big thing about Machinima and VTubing agencies to this day is that you don't actually own your channel anymore once you sign up to one of those companies. They own the IP rights to your model and stuff. So you can't, like, do your own thing anymore and stuff. And considering the fact that I just spent a bunch of money, which, not without going into detail, was a bit of an investment, which is why it took me this long to get into VTubing, I would probably have to rebrand immediately after and, you know, use a model made by the agency's artists instead of a third-party artist, which was what I went through, like a freelance artist. And that would be kind of a shame, considering the fact that, you know, the artist, Hannah herself, spent a long time rigging and drawing and designing this model. So It's like I'd hate to see all of her work go to waste, and not to mention the financial part of it as well. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't the most expensive thing, but it also wasn't cheap without going into details. So, yeah. That's also why I'm not really eager to join a Vtubing. That, and I don't really know if I'd be a good fit in a Vtubing agency, you know? Because not only am I a military-themed VTuber, it's based off of my XCOM 2 character, who's the leader of Earth's the military in the face of alien occupation, to put it, you know, like the TLDR version of XCOM lore, essentially. Right? I don't really know if I'd fit in, because a lot of VTubing agencies are, like, fantasy-related and shit, and a lot of them are female-only as well. It's like, I fucking won't fit in there. Like, I'm just a dude with a gun playing video games, man. Leave me alone. A lot of them are also female only and shit, right? And yeah, so it's like I obviously wouldn't fit in for that reason either. I think there is one called like Mystic Talent or something similar like that does more than just VTubing. They like have a mix of talents or members and stuff who do IRL content, gaming content, VTubing content with like a normal face cam or whatever and shit like that. But I'm still not exactly, and I'm not exactly, you know, I also like, again, I just want to keep doing my own thing, right? I don't want to have to get an entirely new model or change what games I play or the style of my content. I just want to be a dude playing video games, man, and that's exactly how I plan to keep my channel and stuff. I mean, yeah, there's also that as well with the whole sex sells things, but there are VTubing agencies with very popular, just as popular, male VTubers as well. Right? Like, it's not, VTubing isn't a female-only gig, but it's mostly female-dominated, probably for that reason and whatever else. But whatever the reasonings are, I obviously won't fit in with a lot of them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This thus concludes the very professional VTuber presentation. Totally not made in Canva. Totally not a PowerPoint presentation just made in Canva. Don't worry about that. But yeah, that's a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Only 20 minutes. But hopefully that, you know, eases any doubts and answers any questions about me becoming a VTuber. It's really not that big of a change, and hopefully the whole like animated avatar doesn't turn a lot of people away and shit. So I'm still gonna be the same Jazz Sunstrider doing the same old shenanigans. So, and on top of actually starting new games while I'm here, I might as well share another idea that I have. So obviously we're starting XCOM 2. We have LSPDFR already. God fucking damn it, Nightmare, shut up. But yeah, we're gonna have LSPDFR, we're gonna have XCOM 2, I'm gonna be starting Red Dead Redemption 2, and then another game series I've been thinking about starting is the Mass Effect series. And the Mass Effect series has like a remastered Legendary Edition, where you get all three games, well, all three of the main games, Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3, plus all of the DLC ever made for it, which is apparently 40 packs or whatever, which I assume a lot of them are just like random weapon and armor things. Like, you give us $5, here's like a random OP armor set or whatever. But still, it's like if it's included in the pack, then I'm obviously not going to say no. It's not like I can say no to that anyway. But instead of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that is like $80 for one game, the Mass Effect Legacy pack is also $80, but you get 3 games plus a bunch of downloadable content. I think that's a little bit better bang for your buck there, if I'm gonna be honest. So maybe when my next paycheck drops, I'll also pick up that as well, so I can start the Mass Effect series as well. And I will surely, that combined with all the other game series I'm gonna be starting soon and have already going, that will keep the single player part of my channel just doing stuff on my own. That'll keep like single player games sated for quite a while for my channel, and then of course every 2-3 days we'll have multiplayer shit with Sip, Wraith, and everybody else to keep things bumping as well. So that's kind of the plan there in terms of single player content for my channel, since I'm doing a fucking update here anyway. Thought I'd throw that in there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully y'all stick around, because I'm very excited to start this next chapter of the game, or my channel. Because one big thing, talking about emotes and stuff, this actually gives me a baseline for my emotes. You know, a character to design my emotes based off of and shit. So that's also nice. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But that will probably not be for another month or two as I get used to having the model and all that stuff. So yeah. Thank y'all for bearing with me. I'm going to go ahead and turn the Be Right Back screen on in just a moment. I am going to be uploading this to YouTube as well for anybody who missed it or wants to go over a different section and all that stuff. I'll have timestamps in the description below and all that stuff for those of you watching on YouTube. So those of you on YouTube, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.